Hey, Mad Dad here. This video is to speak to the parents that no longer have child support enforced because the other parent was so nice and generous and gracious and sweet to either call child support services or go down there and stop enforcement and contact their employer, the payer's employer, and tell them to stop garnishments on their check or stop enforcement. That's great. Okay, I think that's an awesome thing. So I'm here to talk about that. But I want to make sure that you need to cover your ass, okay, in regards to that situation. Now, it's good that the court order, it's cool that you guys have got into an agreement where the court order, you guys have decided to go outside of the court orders and basically operate amongst yourselves on another plan, whether it be the payee, the person receiving the money is no longer wanting any support, or you guys have decided to just give money to each other, whatever the case may be, or he or she give money to the payer, or give money to the payee in regards to the case, and leave child support on all out of it. Okay, that's cool. All right, but you must make sure, as the payer, as the person ordered to pay, okay, you must make sure that that court order is not only no longer enforced, but the court order is modified to zero. Okay, make sure that the court order is modified to zero. The reason why, okay, I'm telling you this is because although you and the other party have agreed to not enforce it, okay, enforce the court order, you still are obligated and responsible and ordered to make those payments each and every month at the amount. Now, at the amount that's outlined. Okay, so there are no exceptions to this rule. Okay, so if you guys are no longer getting it enforced, you need to get it modified. This is the reason why. You're still responsible for those payments. And each month that you don't make those payments add up, start to build, along with interest, okay? 10% per annum, okay? And they start to build. And then you start to generate what they call as an arrears, okay? Or a back pay or amount that you owe, okay? And sometimes, not sometimes, more times than not, okay, that the party that the payee, the one who's receiving the money, knows this, okay, and is allowing it to accumulate, and with the understanding that they're going to get a larger sum later on because they have to do it, and they're just preying on your ignorance. Okay, so my thing is that make sure you cover your ass. Make sure that you don't get caught up in this emotional thing and you're and get all cheerful and happy and all gullible because you could keep some of your little money that you normally would give to the other party in the form of child support. Okay, and don't turn around and say, well, all right, well, I'm just cool. I just don't want to disturb her. I don't know. I don't want it to rock the boat. So I'm not gonna say nothing right now in regards to it. I just want to, I just want to keep not paying. And if it's ordered that I pay, I'll handle that later because I'll show some proof. Okay, I'll show some proof. I'll show bank statements, or I'll show receipts, or I'll show money orders, and I'll have the months down and all that. Don't go through that. That is so much unnecessary headache, and some of that will cause you issue, and some of it will be considered gifts, a whole lot of stuff. So my thing is to avoid the headache later on. You resolve the issue right now, and you make sure that not only is it enforced, but whatever amount you were ordered to pay, you get that modified to zero. That way you don't have a financial cloud over your head, and that way when the child turns 18, or whatever the case may be, or when the child emancipates or whatever, and you no longer have to pay those, have to make child support payments. You don't want to be burdened by having back pay, okay? And sometimes what happens is that greed takes over, and the payee, or the person who's supposed to be receiving the money, sometimes, I mentioned earlier, as they know about accumulating. Sometimes the payee parent doesn't know. They're just as ignorant as you. And so they don't know. But then when they are made aware that they're entitled to this money, they get mischievous. A little greed takes over, and you are left with a huge headache. Okay, which you could easily have resolved if you would have faced the issue head on. Now, let's say this: if the other party says you approach the other party, and in your attempt to kind of get the child support order modified to zero, and the other party tells you no, well, I don't feel like going to court, I don't want to go to court, whatever, he or she is basically against that. Okay, then against going to court and modifying your court order to zero. Okay, then I highly suggest, and again, I ain't nobody, okay, but I do suggest to you, okay, take it from nobody, okay. I'd look at it like this: if there was a homeless man on the side of the freeway, and he had a sign that said "Buckle up," okay, stay safe, buckle up. Okay, he's a homeless man. You make more money than him. You ain't got nothing to do with your life. But would you listen to that? Would you take that into consideration about buckling up and making sure that you're safe from that homeless person? Just think about it like that. I'm nobody. Okay, I'm nobody, but I'm that person holding up that sign saying, "Beware." Beware, okay? If you go down this road and you don't follow these instructions, then something negative may come up, may happen to you financially. Something may come up and you be screwed, okay? So that's basically why I'm trying to share this information, okay? So that's pretty much it.